Hello and welcome back to our Search and Display module. In this video, we'll be talking through display advertising. Now, if you recall from previous videos, there's several different types of Google ads that you can run. And more or less, the main ones tend to be search and display ads. We went through the search ads in the previous video. In this video, we're going to dive into display. Now, what is a display ad? Well, essentially a display ad is a banner ad. I'm sure you're familiar with these and have seen them across the web. They become quite ubiquitous on websites, on blogs, across the header, in the sidebar, even within the main content. They're on mobile and desktop. They truly are everywhere. So with display ads, what role do you think these play in the marketing funnel? Well, a lot of the paid ads that we saw in search tend to be focused on conversion. For display ads, they tend to be more focused on awareness. It's less about getting people to click and to drive a result. It's more about getting your brand and your message and your visuals in front of people. You might have heard the term banner blindness. Well, in a lot of cases, this means that we don't really see the banner ads in the same way that we used to. We don't click on banner ads at the same degree. But more or less, we do notice them, especially as we see them over and over and over again. Some designs are really catchy, some just stick with us. But more or less, the objective with these banner ads, display ads, is awareness. Now, there's generally two different types of display advertising when we're talking about this, and it's prospecting and it's retargeting. So prospecting, you're really trying to build a list from scratch. You just want to put yourself out there in front of anyone. This can happen organically through SEO, it can happen through paid search, it can happen through display ads. With retargeting, what you're doing here is you're showing your ad to people who have previously visited your website. So in this case, those folks have shown intent. I'm sure you've noticed where some ads follow you around the web. Well, this is retargeting in play. Prospecting and retargeting, they're both effective strategies, just a different type of strategy for your business. So let's look at a few examples. So I'm going to pull up a few different websites here, and we can look and see what type of display ads are being shown. Is it prospecting? Is it retargeting? Let me begin on Yahoo. So there's a lot to look at here on the Yahoo page, but as I start scrolling down, this ad here is for TV shows that were recently canceled. And just the other day, I was looking at some best of TV of the year. So this is likely a retargeting ad. Over here is an ad for Dayquil. Well, I haven't been looking for anything related to cold and flu season, so this is probably a prospecting play. The more we scroll down, another advertisement, more medicine. Sometimes you'll see prospecting attached to certain demographics that are true of a website audience. In Yahoo's case, I imagine some of the demographics here are folks who might be looking up more cold and flu medications, needing more medications. It skews a bit deeper on some of this. Let's go over next to ktvb.com. So right away, you see an ad at the very top of the page. This is an ad for Lucidchart, which is a marketing and productivity software. And I've been looking at a lot of software lately to put together the material for this course. So Lucidchart, this is an example of retargeting. They know that I have an interest in here. They're trying to capture my conversion. More content on the right-hand side here is some sponsored content from State Farm. I've not looked at anything State Farm related recently, so this is likely prospecting. The more we scroll down, again, we can see Lucidchart. This is an ad for Instapage, which is more software. Another Instapage ad. And the list goes on. Now, how about with The Verge? So with The Verge, they use a slightly different display network for their ads. So we might see some differences here. And right off the bat, we see one for Facebook. This is more about internet regulations, a bit more about policy. You can see it even cycling through different colors and different designs. As we scroll down, again, we see the Facebook ad coming through here. We see it coming through here. This is likely a prospecting play, although I do have a Facebook account, so I'm sure Facebook knows that I am some sort of retargeted audience. But in terms of the message here, it's likely a prospecting play. And the last website we'll look at is Rotten Tomatoes. They have a very interesting takeover ad here where you can see Promising Young Woman, the movie. It is enormous on this page. It's unmissable. So this is a unique type of display advertising. This is pure prospecting. There's nothing that I've done that has triggered this. But being on Rotten Tomatoes, knowing this is likely a movie-loving audience, great place for movies to advertise. As we scroll down again, we can see the ad carried through here. And then just lots of content. So that's a quick look at some of the prospecting and retargeting ads that you see out there. As you're looking through websites and scrolling through content in the coming days, keep an eye towards some of this stuff. What are you noticing that's being retargeted to you? What are you noticing that's being prospected to you? Another example I want to talk through is around performance marketing. So a lot of performance marketing tends to be almost a production line, where you're running lots and lots of paid advertising at scale and iterating really quickly on very small design concepts or copy tweaks. There's a really cool website that lets you see a brand's display ads out in the wild. It's called Moat. So for instance, in this page, I pulled up Harry's Razors ads. And as we scroll down this page, you can see the little tweaks that are made from ad to ad. So more or less, there's a white background, a dark blue background, a light blue background, or a bright orange background. You can see the difference between this ad and this ad is a slight copy change, but also a different razor color. And there's tons more examples like this as you keep scrolling down the page. So as you think about building ads for your company, if you think about this growth hacking technique in the future, you can see the scale that you can apply to these different growth hacking concepts and how much Harry's, for example, here is testing, learning, iterating, and then testing again. That's how you end up with so many different varieties and so many variations of more or less the same ad. So in this module, we have learned how to rank your content through search. If you can't rank it, how to pay for eyeballs through paid or display ads. And the project for this module, you get to get a certification in Google AdWords, and you get to create sample search ads and a sample display ad. We've covered search as a channel, both organic and paid. We dove into display ads overview and best practices, touched on performance marketing. In the next video, I'll do a walkthrough on how to create the search and display ads for this project. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.